I make CrossFit YouTube videos. That's it. I really try not to veer too far off of the course of the CrossFit path. I share my opinions, and every so often there is something that is outside of the CrossFit universe that finds its way in. And a couple months ago I made the video titled The World's Strongest Idiot. Of course I've heard of who Mitchell Hooper is. I mean, he wins every single strongman competition. He collaborates with a handful of the CrossFitters in the space. I believe that he's sponsored by Reign, so I've seen him collaborating with people that I've made videos with.
I actually never thought of it as a privilege to be doing something that family can bond over.
But it wasn't until the controversy involving the barbell spin, where John Young was sharing his opinions on the strong women, that I really got into the universe of this guy, the Moose.
I want to bring a little bit of light to this. I want people to know about this podcast, know about how these guys talk. I know that I have a reasonable CrossFit following.
Yeah, you're not very entertaining to me.
That's what I do. If we ever got a strong woman on the show, I'd be like, so John Young hates what you do. And
I don't hate what you do. I just hate what you look like. That's not.
Just say you hate what they do. Just say you hate what they do.
I'm just joking. I personally can't do it. Okay.
There you go, John.
Nothing against them.
Rack up those bad comments. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. Throw your comments in the down there below. We'll read them off.
They're awesome. They're awesome. Y'all go kill it. I'm not going to be a part of it, but like y'all go kill it. You're awesome. You go do it. I can't, if water polo was on the TV, I can't do that either. I tried to watch it for 5 minutes. I'm like, this is pretty boring. I can't do it.
I understand that I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I see it all the time. As I started to digest a couple of Mitchell Hooper's YouTube videos, I just really got the sense that all of it was fake. It's fake, it's fake, it's fake. I really just didn't like it very much. It's because he tried to come across as more intelligent than he was. He was a little bit too calm for my liking. And like always, this is my personal opinion of something. It wouldn't be something that I turned the TV on at night and sat back and watched. Well, Mitchell put up this post this morning. There have recently been personal matters involving me and my family that have come to light. While this is a deeply private situation, I want to address it directly and respectfully. Some messages have surfaced which I was speaking with another woman, including discussions about the future and at times explicit topics. At the time of those conversations, we had already difficult conversations surrounding the end of our marriage. While I believe the context is important, I effed up. This is my fault. I tried to be the best person I can and have fallen well short. And then a whole bunch of word salad. But built into those things were the sayings such as messages with another woman. If you go on over to Reddit. No. And not the strongman Reddit, because in this other Reddit stream that I'm looking at, they're talking about how the strongman Reddit is kind of getting rid of everything Mitchell Hooper related. They're banning people for 24 hours to life. You'll find out that the woman that they're talking about is his assistant, Ashley, his wife's best friend and maid of honor at their wedding. And that also baked into that message was the fact that they had been having talks about getting divorced, but he's having a kid. I think they announced having a child 3 weeks ago. And the real thing that I want to talk about this is the dude and his performance enhancing drugs usage. But before we get there, we got to remember what was going on in between the John Young debacle, where I made the world's strongest idiot, and this point in time right now. Luke Stoltman, another strong man. One of the strongest men, world's strongest men. I'm a CrossFit guy, remember? I don't know what all that stuff means. There was this entire controversy about him being unfaithful to his wife. Was it Kashi? And it was something like he was with a dude, which is cool. I don't mind you being with a dude. What I do mind is that you were cheating on your wife. And the reason that all of that is worth talking about is because Mitchell Hooper made a post about Luke Stoltman.
Oh my God.
It's still up on his Threads account. I feel strongly obliged to put this out there with what has transpired over the past 48 hours in the strongman world. Some family men are truly family men. There is nothing more important to me than my wife, my baby, and my family, and I take immense amount of pride in that commitment.
Is that what you think?
Whoa. For those who follow me and have any skepticism about men putting that message out there, I live no double life. I hold no skeletons. I don't have the energy to lie about who I am.
Oh, well.
The lying about who you are and the having of the skeletons is pretty wicked, considering what just came out. I'm wondering if at that point in time he had no skeletons, he lived no double lives.
It doesn't matter!
And the skeletons in the double life came in sometime more recent. At this point in time, it looks incredibly hypocritical for him to be piling on another strongman when he himself, a strongman, is doing something just as bad, if not even worse, because there's a baby on the way. Another baby. He's got a baby, there's another baby. Scroll through Ashley, his wife's Instagram profile, and there are no pictures of Mitchell Hooper on that thing. I'm actually going to steal an opinion from, I think it was the barbell spin. It was very interesting during the John Young thing that Mitchell Hooper was trying to stand up for the strong women to prove an argument saying that John Young was a sexist.
Is this who you want representing your sport? Is this the sort of diatribe that you would like to be push forward for you to be proud of your sport and what you do. Because frankly, I would be embarrassed.
A misogynist and hated women. All of those things I proved to be untrue in the World's Strongest Idiot video. John Young was just saying that he wasn't a fan of women taking performance-enhancing drugs to be as strong as they were, because essentially when you blast anabolics, you are becoming virilized and becoming a man. So when he says he doesn't like what you look like,
Just hate what you look like.
he doesn't like that women are taking drugs to look like men. Wow. All things that I can get down with, I agree with. We're not talking a little bit of Anavar either. We're talking full stacks, full cycles, bunch of Primo, bunch of Mastron, throw the Tren in there if you want. So that they can go pick up the big rock and put it over the wall. If they like it, that's cool. But you don't have to have John Young like it as well. And you damn well shouldn't have Mitchell Hooper, who didn't follow a single one of these strong women on his Instagram, standing up for them. Who he did follow was every single CrossFit chick that is on the planet. What's the difference between strong women and CrossFit chicks? Probably something close to what I just said about what John Young was seeing. They're not blasting anabolics and they're not all of a sudden looking like men. They look like women. Mitchell Hooper's following all of these women that look like women, not following a single strong woman. Why not? It was just virtue signaling. He was trying to make himself look good. And I think that it is now currently in Mitchell Hooper's best interest to come out there and actually be a real person for once. Because like I said, as I watched all of those videos, it just didn't seem real, unique, genuine, whatever. The entire thing was a facade, at least exactly what it seems like right now. The Luke Stoltman post, the strong women thing, and every YouTube video over on his channel. And the thing that I think would be the most unique opportunity for him to be a little bit vocal about would be the use of performance-enhancing drugs, because to my knowledge, he's never spoken about that anywhere. He's made videos on TikTok.
After winning World's Strongest Man, the most popular question has been about my stack.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm.
You know, I've hesitated a bit, but I figure I'm here to show you the stack. Start with my bread and butter, which is whey protein.
Say, hold up, wait a minute.
The second thing that's a mandatory in my stack is my pre-workout.
Or he's saying, I use protein, I use creatine, ha ha ha, it's funny, I'm the world's strongest man, and everyone knows what it takes to become the world's strongest man. It's not just creatine, it's not just protein, especially when you used to be an ultramarathon runner or whatever you were. The dude's clearly gifted, can't win the events that he wins against the competition he's up against without being incredibly gifted, and using a performance-enhancing drugs. On a couple of his live streams or a couple of his comment sections, you'll see people talk about, ooh, we know Mitch is getting ready for a competition with that nice red hue he's got in his face. And for those of you who don't know, when you blast anabolics, your red blood cell count's going to go up, so it's probably going to make you look a little flushed, make you look a little red. It's probably also going to increase your blood pressure, so the increased red blood cell count, along with the elevated blood pressure, is going to give you that nice red hue. And as somebody who currently sits here using testosterone given to me from a clinic that is California Hormones over in California, obviously, I can speak about the fact that I feel a little bit different than I did for the rest of my life, because I've been on it for now a couple of years. One of the things that I made a video about why I enjoy using it is because it basically never makes me want to sleep, and it makes me want to do some more stuff. If you know anything about these anabolics, you'll have heard the horror stories about the side effects of things such as Tren. I used to be an avid More Plates, More Dates watcher when he would make actual content, which he doesn't anymore, and it's frustrating, but he used to go through these Reddit posts where there were these Tren horror stories.
I later added DECA and started increasing all my doses. At the end, I was taking upwards of 700 milligrams of test, 300 milligrams of DECA, 400 Tren, 100 Masteron, 350 milligrams of YK11. This is when my life started to unravel. At my worst, I was only sleeping 3 to 4 hours per night, developing acne, which I've never had. And I was sweating through my sheets every night. However, I felt like I was invincible. I gained 15 pounds over a 4-month period while getting leaner and was gaining strength in all my lifts. I looked amazing and felt confident, actually cocky. My girlfriend started complaining that I was no longer the man she fell in love with. She also complained because it would take me over an hour to come, if I was even able to at all. I started treating her like shit, and I became paranoid that she was cheating on me for no reason. I'm laughing because this is like flagship Tren right here.
You'd spend an entire weekend with your chick in the house, and then at some point in time you'd become entirely paranoid that she was cheating on you when you actually had eyes on her the whole time. And she's looking over at you like, how could you possibly think that I was cheating on you? I was right here. Like, well, you did go to the bathroom. What were you doing in the bathroom? And there are legitimate thoughts that go on in your head when you're blasting gear. So I'm considering the fact that Luke Stoltman and Mitchell Hooper have been unfaithful. I'm considering the fact that they are without doubt blasting the highest dosages that you would in order to be at the top of the sport. It is a requirement of theirs. I'm thinking about the deleterious side effects, such as the ones that I talked about with Tren right there, and maybe the other ones like an EQ, a Primo, a Masteron, or whatever. Check drops even? Are they using check drops? Because from somebody who has used basically the smallest amount of testosterone that you can and just done it for a period of time, I know that I feel different. I've been rightly scared for the longest time of doing any of the street drugs like heroin, because you know what happens when you take heroin? You never stop taking heroin. It changes the way you think about stuff. I've been freaking blasting caffeine off of my face since I was 16 years old. I can't stop. I very well think that I may have consumed more Eno-Explode than a single human being on the planet Earth as I wake up in the morning and throw 2 scoops down. If there's a shining light in all of this, I think it would be for Mitchell Hooper to come out the other and actually looking like a real person. Actually looking at the 400,000 or 500,000 YouTube subscribers that he's currently had and sending them a message of this is what happens when you use this stuff. But what I would bet that's gonna happen is he's gonna do that thing and just kind of hope it goes away, similar to Luke Stolman. I'm a family man, and he's already doing a little bit at the end of that statement. You can read it. This is not something I take lightly. I take full responsibility for my actions. Out of respect for everyone involved, I'll be handling this privately. The thing is, dude, you're not a private figure. You put up a video a day on YouTube, you've got all these followers on Instagram, you're gonna be going to competitions in public, and everyone's going to be looking at you knowing exactly what you did, have done, will be doing. You have a slogan that's lift heavy, be kind. This isn't really kind. He writes, thank you for your understanding and respect as we move forward. Were you respectful when you put up that thing against Luke Stoltman? I don't think so. And while I got a CrossFit YouTube channel, I am a massive fitness advocate as well for the entire population, and I would hope that somebody like him who does things that are very dangerous and takes the Greg Doucette spin and talks about their experience to try to dissuade people from doing the heavier anabolics that I think may have led to him making these brain-altering things. Not giving him an excuse. I don't want to give him an out here and say, oh, it was the drugs. But it is a reality of the situation. He did the things, he does those things, talk about the things. That's really all I have to say about that. And Riller, out.